Hey everyone, Erica with the K here. Today's video is going to be altering these pants that we got from the thrift store for $1, and it's going to be a vlog. So not a tutorial, it's going to be a vlog, and enjoy.
And then I'll just do the same to both, right?
Exactly.
I see that little nose sniffing. Oh, is that emotional support ducky? Hi, Dolly. Hi. Do you want to tell everybody about your emotional support ducky? Well, that's Lammy. This is my Lammy. Can we see your ducky? Yeah, you're a good girl. You're a smart girl too. Yeah. Why do we need emotional support ducky right now? Is it because your sister's annoying you outside? Yeah. Hi, beautiful. Yeah, I know. She's annoying out there. Ooh, wow, what a dirty window. Wow. 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 Hi. Where's Ducky? Can you show me Ducky? Yeah, you're right. That is Ducky. Oh, good girl. I could watch you play with Ducky for hours. I just don't know if everybody else cares. I'm finally listing everything that I'm supposed to list, and I'm doing really good. But I definitely showed this in the clip of when I was showing like all the Elvis stuff, but it's a peacock vintage pocket warmer. And I don't know. So all this stuff is from my aunt to sell, all the Elvis stuff and everything like that. That's all from my aunt to sell. And I was like, who was the Elvis fan? Like, I didn't know who it was. And she said like, oh, her neighbor was. So maybe she got a lot of the stuff from her. And I'm not sure, but this was in that. And all I could think about is that I have the new version of hand warmers. I did a video on it. They don't use lighter fluid like these did, but these say they're safe and everything like that. But all I could think about was like, was this my grandpa's? Because I know he had bad circulation, and I know he was always cold, and he hated the cold the same way I hate the cold. And I've been finding so many similarities between us, and I just can't help but think that maybe this was his.
Never have I ever been so stressed trying to sew something in my life. So my husband and I'm going to have it in this video, but we cut off some of the fabric on the bottom of what we needed to cut off to try to do a blind hem stitch, which my sewing machine does do. I have the Kenmore 20-15408 machine, and it does have a blind hem thing.
Oh wow, no, that's too wide. You see how wide that went?
Okay.
So maybe that is what I want then.
Yeah, that is what you want.
And then I need that.
You just need your thing to move over more, I think.
All the way over there.
Yeah, and then I'll just grab a little bit.
Mm-hmm. It's like entirely too fast for me, but yeah.
So you folded it that way.
I think maybe the length. Did he say how far to do the length?
He said 2 and 5 on his.
Okay. I think that's fine.
I think you did it perfect. I think that's exactly what it's supposed to look like.
Okay. I mean, it's gonna look like that though.
But did you see his? It looked like that too.
Did it?
Yeah. He says it's good you're gonna get it on a home sewing machine.
Okay. And then maybe we just iron it out.
Yeah.
It is what it is. No one's gonna be looking at it. So let's consider if this is the outside of your pant.
Yep.
And this is the inside or the bottom of my leg.
Mm-hmm. You want to turn it inside out?
You turn it inside out. And then
you fold it over where you need it.
I know I need that much of a hem, just say. Mm-hmm. And that's where I need my hem to be. Mm-hmm. That's how much pant I want left when I'm this way.
Mm-hmm. That just made so much sense in my brain. And that's why this part gets folded over the other way, because this is where you're hemming.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that makes sense.
Does that make sense to you? It doesn't make sense to me yet.
It makes sense.
So then you're gonna flip this the other way. Yep.
You give yourself about that much of it, and then you sew it like that. So it would sew, touch like that. You'd open it this way and your pants would.
And I'm really happy I did it with my husband there. It was very hard to figure out how to do it. I watched some videos, but my husband actually didn't like the way it looked. He's like, I don't like the way that looks, so I don't want that on my pants. And I was like, okay. So he has another pair of pants. Let me grab them for you. That's like what we're using to reference everything now. And these pants kind of cuff up at the bottom. And so we were trying to figure out how that cuffs. But the problem is that when I cut the pants to get this fabric, I don't know how I mismeasured everything. And the pants are like too short now. So now I have to like try, this is my thought. I'm going to try to add on a hem. I'm going to try to add on this part, like a flip up. I don't know why I'm so stressed. Like, I don't think I should be this stressed over like $1 pair of pants, but I'm so stressed because I've never done anything like this before. And it's not for me. Because if it's for me, like I always say, like I'm a professional pivoter or like I'm nimble and like I'll just be like, I'll turn it into something else and that'll be fine. And my husband is like, it's fine. We'll turn it into something else. And I'm like, no, I want this to be something good. And I'm just stressed over it. And I just cut the pant leg too short. I don't even know how. My brain can't comprehend how I did that. So anyway, I put the other pair of pants over, like the pair of pants he likes, I put those over the new pair of pants that I'm gonna hem, and I just did a thing. I looked up what is the best stitch for the inseam of pants, and it was the straight stitch. I had to change this little foot thing, which I've never done before. To do the straight stitch one. I did some practice rounds on it because I had this little foot thing on it before, and I did the foot pedal and it broke the needle. So yeah, I'm just, why am I so stressed? And then I'm like, why am I acting like I don't know how to do like an inseam taken? Like, why do I have to look that up? Like, why am I so flustered by this? I don't know. So I feel like I just need to stop. Drop. No, I do. I need to stop and I need to clear this area a little bit because it's a disaster, and I just need to do the pants and just stop obsessing over it. I feel like I'm obsessing over it and I don't want to obsess. And then I'm thinking like, where do I, like, do I start it from? I don't think I should start from the foot. I think I should start from the crotch because I want to make sure that that's not weird and bunchy. And the pant leg, I'm like 99.9% sure these pants have been altered and one pant leg was longer than the other because when I cut the bottoms off, one pant leg is like this much longer. And also like the butt part is like very weird. It looks like that was altered. So I don't trust the length of the pants for obvious reasons. So I think I'm going to start with the crotch. And then I think what I'm going to do is the extra material I cut off from the inseam, I'm going to turn that into the little flip thing. That's what I think I'm going to do. Why am I so stressed? This is why my videos have to be vlog style and not tutorials, because who am I? Who am I? Who am I? No, but seriously, who am I to give a tutorial on this when I'm lost? I'm completely lost in this. By the way, I love these scissors. They're my fabric scissors. I'm gonna move some of this stuff out of the way. Can't even see what I'm doing, but this is all the fabric we were using to practice on. Okay, just like a little bit, just to make sure that we know that we're not gonna break this. Okay, I think we're good. We know we're not gonna break it. I think I'm gonna do a little back stitch on this. Okay, I think that's good. Wow. Okay, so far so good, I think.
going to take a second to explain something that I'm not sure I explained in this video, and that is that I looked up a bunch of videos on how to take in pants, and it basically said like you don't want to mess with the out seam. I don't know, is that what it's called? Inseam, out seam. You don't want to mess with the seam on the outside because it would be so noticeable that something was done to it. So only do the inseam. And if your pants has that, what is it called, like darting or whatever it's called, pleating maybe in the front, that you can just iron that out and redo it, and that's what I wound up doing. I think what was so stressful about this is that there were so many firsts in this video, and I left a lot of it in so you guys can see what it's really like.
No. Where's my thread? What happened? When did this happen? Holy moly. Okay, it happened over here. What the fuck happened? I'm gonna straight up sew that, like, tie this together, because I feel like that stitch was good. I don't want this falling apart on my husband. Maybe what I'll do is, yeah, because I didn't know where that pin was, maybe that's why. Let's do this. What do I do? What do I do? Do I just restart? Do I just restart in a little bit more? Yeah, I think maybe that's what I do. Why am I yelling?
So I feel like the audio was a little low, and in case you can't see what I'm doing, I realized that I can't just tie off that thread because I'll risk the chance of the pants opening on him, and that's the last thing I want. So I just started to sew inward a little bit more on the inseam. So I just made it a little bit tighter on his pants, which is what he liked anyway. And I continue to do back stitches throughout so that even if the thread did break, it wouldn't unravel the entire pant. The back stitch kind of knots it.
Okay. I think we're done with that. Let's take these out. Slow and steady wins the race, but I'm stressed, 'cause I don't know what I'm doing.
Okay, so now it's time to do the other pant leg. Same thing, we're going to start and end with back stitches and do many back stitches in the meantime. I'm trying to speed up a lot of this because this took me more than 4 hours to do. I mention all that later, but I want to leave in a lot of this so you guys can see exactly what it's like when you create clothes.
I guess that's just gonna have to get folded down. I really don't know how that works and what's going on over here. No, because like, why is this twisted?
While you are all subjected to this awful view, I thought I'd take a second to share some personal stuff. So, my grandma actually loved to sew. She had tons of sewing machines that are now in my possession that I have to sell for my aunt. But going through her stuff and seeing like things that she made, I believe she made her outfit that she wore to my parents' wedding, which is really fun. But yeah, I feel like I talk about my similarities with my grandpa a lot, and getting to share my similarities with my grandma is really cool. I said in my Sweet 16 on my candle for them that everything good in me is from them, and the more I know them, the more I get to know them in their passing, the more I know that's true, and I love that for me. Even though this is a vlog and not a tutorial, I do want to explain that I am cutting on the outside of the hem. So the new hem that I just created, or the new inseam I just created, I am cutting on the outside of that just to cut off that extra fabric, and that's what I'm going to use to lengthen these pants. I somehow, while I was sewing, created another inseam. So he had two inseams on his pants because I didn't sew on the right, like I didn't sew one of the pant legs correctly in all my panic. But anyway, it really worked itself out. Stay tuned. Okay, so my thought is if I take this one seems big enough, maybe this one. I want to measure these out to be the same size. And I want to use these as the cuff. Why are you so weird? What if I turn these the right way? Let's see. Okay. I see what I did. Jeez Louise. It did not sew on that hem. But that's the inside. Like, does it matter? These are gonna be like Woodbury comment outlet pants because like they're irregular. I don't want to take it in anymore. I think that's good. It's not good. For the sake of what I'm doing, it's good enough. So we'll do it this way, then we'll do that, and then we'll do that, and we'll have a cute cuff there. I think that's the move. I think that's the move. I'm limited on fabric, so I really can't dig around. I think I'm going to do a zigzag stitch to stitch this on. In case we need that for later. Wait that for later. Not gonna fuss. I'm fussing. Alright, let's get these out of here. Put these inside out. We'll zigzag this together. Alright, so what do we have to do? We have to change this foot out. For the regular one. Okay, we're good. This goes in here, this goes back. Okay. That wasn't absolutely terrifying.
just keep it on there for now. Who gives a fuck? Okay, we're gonna zigzag this together. Maybe I should do it this way. Let's zigzag together this way. This should keep it together and stop it from threading, like fraying. So that could be the outside, I think. Yeah, this is the right way. I think we need to cut this, right? All right, let's cut this. Just a minute. This side is a little longer. So we'll put this on here. Okay. I feel like I'm going to start here. Alright, well I did just do a back stitch. Lost some thread, but that's okay. What does this happen? What is going on right now? Why is this happening? Is it the wrong way? I didn't even take it off. That's not even in here. What is going on? No, because I don't even know what's going on right now. Don't know. Completely confused and lost. That did not sew anything. Okay, very good. Okay, let's try this again. We're gonna have happy thoughts this time. Did it come out again? It did. It really did. What the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on? Somebody please explain it to me, because I don't understand what's going on. Let's go back. Let's do this. Let's put this down. Let's get this organized. This is organized. That's pretty organized. Let's put this back to 2 because I think that is better. Okay, it's still in there. Why is this falling? Can somebody explain that to me? Nope, still not sewing. I'm reaching my limit. Okay, there we go. That's what happened. Cool, cool, cool. So why is it so far up? It's not supposed to be that far up. What am I doing? Are these threads getting stuck in it? Is that what's happening? Should I turn it the other way and sew it? Maybe the other way and I try to zigzag, yeah. Definition of insane is doing something over and over again and expecting different results. And I am feeling insane right now, so I'm gonna try something different. I'm gonna try it from this side. See if it's any better. Why is that happening? Why is this bobbin being crazy? I'm gonna change the top bobbin. top bottom was being wild. Oh my gosh, that was insane. That was actually insane. This looks like shit. No, it looks good. I'm doing good so far. I'm doing good because I've never done this before. So I shouldn't be mad at myself for trying. At least I'm trying. There is no try, only do. Just cut all this crap off. Because all it is distraction after distraction. You might think, how am I going to get my desired look like this? Well, at this point, your guess is as good as mine. So I think this is what I'm going to do. I think I'm supposed to fold it in. And then I think after you fold it in, I think you're supposed to sew it. It doesn't have to be that far in. Like that, just say, like that. And then you sew it. Why am I so confused by this? We don't need it that far then, do we? No, we don't. We just don't want that to be on the other side, I think. So if we fold it like this, just say, and we do about halfway up. So let's just say we do that, then we put it the right way. We'll see how that looks. Terrifying. Well, it looks terrifying. And then we're supposed to pull this up, but that doesn't work because that looks like shit. This sucks. I suck at this. Okay, let's redo this. I have a thought. My thought is I can pull that stitch. Yeah, I think I can show it on the other side more because it's going to get covered, right? So I think I can pull it more like this, right? Because when we go back the other way, it's going to get covered, I think. So what was the point of this? Maybe like that? Like what if that is like the midline? What if that is where I do the stitch too? That might make sense. Let's try that. Let's put this in here and we'll see how that works. In the future, I should practice on something else. It's a teeny tiny bit upsetting because I really wanted this to work. Okay, and then the goal is to cover this stitch. So you take from here and you pull it up. And you take from here and you pull it up. And you take from here and you pull it up. And we're gonna have to have like a little tiny baby thing here, I think. This is making sense, I think. Yeah, and then this goes up, goes up, goes up, goes up, goes up. We gotta iron it down. It won't look like that. Holy shit balls. Did I figure this out? Well, we don't know yet because I didn't sew it. Whew. All right, if that is what we do here, because then it gives it that much pant. Yeah, I think I need to go right under this line. Stress to death. But then what was the point of this? Why did I do this? This was by far the hardest thing I've ever done. I'm not done yet. I did need to like be off camera for a second. So remember when I was like, I don't understand, why did I put that extra piece of fabric if it's not even doing anything? That was wrong because it is doing something. So this is what we're at right now. So this is the bottom of the pants. They're the right side right now. So like, this is like the actual pant. So the hem is going to go inside like this, and then this is going to fold over and cover that wonky hem. So that's where we're at. So I think what I'm going to do is right now I'm going to do that stitching, turn the pants inside out, do that stitching, and then I think I'm going to go eat lunch or breakfast because I haven't eaten yet. And then I'm going to take out the iron because I need to iron that part up, and then I only do 2 little stitches on the side. So yeah, I think that that's it. I'm like a little stressed. I'm feeling good. I feel like accomplished somehow, even though I didn't accomplish anything, but I'm like, wow, this is like the most I've ever like stuck with something, and like something I really didn't understand and really wasn't good at and actually did something with it. So yeah, so that's where we're at. I mean, that's what this, so this is all extra. Anything past that horrible stitching is all the extra fabric that I put on here. So that's what we're going to use to then cover the other part. So let's turn these inside out. I don't want to do a zigzag stitch for this, even though on the other leg that didn't need the extra material, that one doesn't have a zigzag to like stop it from fraying, but I think a regular stitch might help that from fraying. I don't know. Like, that's like it. Like, it's not perfect, but my cutting also like, and then this is the other side, and you can see where I added the extra on. So the whole thing is that I think I want to try to stitch as close to that as possible. Like, I want to do my straight stitch as close to that stitch line as possible. And I'm not going to zigzag that side. I think that's what I'm going to do. So maybe I'll just straight stitch it. I'll switch this off right now, and then we'll do that. So here, let's see. All I need is a miracle. All I need is you. And that's the straight stitch one. It has like the hole in it because the needle only goes in that hole. Nice of me to tell you that now, right? Yeah. Okay, that's in. This needs to go down into the foot. We'll pull that out. I'm nervous to like commit to this. It's like a commitment, you know? All right, let's get this on. Straight foot for my machine is 2 wide, and the length is between 3 and 4, and then we'll go to this. Okay, let's see. We're not going to actually thread anything right now. I just want to see. Yeah, that looks good. All right, let's not pull this out because it's annoying to get back in. I think that that's good. My leg is shaking. My leg is shaking. Why? Like, I don't, my husband like literally doesn't even care. He's like, I don't care. Like, this is just practice. And I'm like, no, I It's not, my leg is shaking way too much. It's wild. All right, let's just do this. I know I want to get as close as possible, but I just gotta do it. I gotta stop thinking about it. Like there? Like, does that make sense? I think that makes sense. Holy moly, this is stressful. This is stressful. Let's turn the machine on. I'm so stressed the machine's not even on. All right, let's just try to do this. We'll see what happens. I'm doing back stitch. Okay. Take this out. Let's keep going. A little back stitch. Okay. Back stitch. I don't want to get too confident. Wow, my hand was blocking the entire thing. Good, good, good. All right, I'm going to do this one now. There's such comfort in the straight stitch because there's like a lot of comfort for me in it, especially for somebody like me who's like, everything I do is wild. Like everything I do is, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, I don't know, like when they do gardening and they just like throw seeds everywhere, like everything in my life is like that. So for some reason, I find comfort in the stitch that's not like that at all. Chaotic. Chaotic was the word I was looking for. It's a great word to explain me. Yep, okay, we're so good. Okay. Okay, I think we're done with this. See how they look. Are they even almost the same length? Possibly you. Okay, they're like almost the same length. Very close. Here's what they look like. This is the one I had to add on the fabric to. This is the one I did not. And then what we're gonna do is just take this and push it down, and then we're gonna iron it so that it makes this little baby cuff all the way around. And it covers that stitch. And then I'll show you what it looks like on this one. We're gonna take this, we're going to push that and iron this around so that it covers that stitch. But like, it doesn't cover that good over here, does it? Shit. No, it does. It covers, it covers. It covers. All right, so the next part of this is ironing. And then we're just gonna do 2 little stitches on the side to finish it off. I'm gonna go eat and I'll be back. Okay, I'm not the best at ironing. I'm not even good at it, but I have my iron plugged in. It's getting hot. All right, squeeze and push. Yeah. Yeah. Put some nails in there. Pins, not nails. This isn't carpentry. If this were flat, how big is this? Wrong side. In between a half, almost. The second line in between a half. And that's my math. The second line in between a half. I think what I should probably do is try to get as much of that covered as possible before I start going around here. Dog's going nuts over the pool, people. Who are the pool peeps? All right. Okay, so the last piece of the puzzle is going to be, I want to straight stitch the two sides. So I've ironed it down, and then I want to straight stitch the two sides on the inside and the outside on the seam, and on the inside and the outside of the other leg seam, so that it stays cuffed. I'm going to take a piece of fabric and practice because I've never done this before, and I don't know if that's something that should be done inside out or not. I don't know. So I want to take a piece of the scrap fabric, and I want to see if not inside, yeah, inside out, right? Let's just try it. I'm just going to try it. But I do want to take a second before I finish off these pants. This was just one pair of pants, and it took me about probably over 4 hours to do this. And so when you purchase things from Shein and Romwe and other companies like that, and you think like cheap clothes are cheap clothes, everything in the fashion industry is hand sewn, what you saw today. So whether it's with the machine or not, it's still a person operating it. There are no things that just like machines that operate themselves. And so the only way to be able to mass produce and have affordable pricing like that is to cut wages for people and to have people work under unsafe conditions and without livable wages. And it's just something to consider. And so much clothes and textiles end up in landfills. And so we're not only harming the earth when we're shopping from places like Shein and Romwe, but we're also taking advantage of child labor and people who aren't getting paid properly for the work that they're doing. I just really want you to consider that. So just consider not shopping at places like that, because it's so bad for every single person involved. And there's also a lot of chemicals and not safe things in the fabric of Shein and Romwe clothes. And so it's not even safe to like have on you half the time. And then think about the people who are in those working conditions having to be subjected to that all the time. the grueling work that it is, the taxing work that it is, the literal backbreaking work that it is. Yeah, we're not carrying heavy things, and they're not carrying heavy things, but they're hunched over on a machine all day just to make you an article of clothing. And yes, their skill level is far beyond mine, but that doesn't take away from what I am saying. In order to even have a skill level like that, the amount of clothes that they'd have to be altering, it's just really mind blowing. And so, yeah, I just hope that I make the point clear that for me to just alter a pair of pants today took me about 4+ hours to do. And these people are expected to mass produce in not safe working conditions. There's tons of child labor and just unfair and unsafe and unethical things for like cheap pieces of clothes. And so I just urge you to learn a skill, try to do it yourself, practice, and you don't need as much as you think you need. You don't need all the latest stuff. You can also make it yourself. And also they're like notorious for like knocking off small businesses. Like they'll like find something that a small business is doing and then they'll do it. And I don't blame the workers, because I don't think the workers have a choice in much of anything. It's the people at the head of these companies who become the billionaires. And then, you know, even like in Amazon, like you have to like pee in a water bottle if you have to go to the bathroom, because there are no breaks for you to go to the bathroom. And so I just morally ask you to make a difference and change and consider what it means to buy an article of clothing for like $4. Just consider like who's making money off of that. Okay, so I guess that's my rant. Let's get into this. I just want to do the stitch, and I want to see how it looks on either side of it, like which side looks better. So I'm going to consider this the inside and this is the top. Let's do this. Let's turn this machine on. Move the camera. Sew it this. No, let's sew it this way, because that's how you typically sew, right? Let's see how this looks. I think it looks good from both sides. I think this thread might match better because I had to change my thread, remember? Oh, that's what the blind hem looked like. Remember when I said my husband didn't like the way it looked? That's it right there. So you can totally still see it. And like, obviously you'd iron that out so it's not like bunched. But yeah, you can still see it, and he didn't like that, which I understand. But that's as good as you can get on the machine at home. All right, so I think I'll do it inside. I don't actually think it really matters, to be honest, but I think I'll do it inside out, maybe. No, I don't think I will. I'm gonna do it the right side, because I don't want to mess up this hem. Do it here, maybe. I'm gonna do this slow because I don't want to go far. It's not going anywhere, is it? No, it's not. It's kind of stuck. That's good. All right. Well, I think my next thing might be to get the pleats out. These, whatever these are called. I want to iron that out.
trying to fast forward through this because like this video is too long and I also have to do my hair and makeup and show you guys all the outfit reveals at the end. So what we're doing now is we're just ironing out these pleats or this line, and I'm going to create a new one that's more centered than that one is, since I only took from the inseam and I didn't take from the outside of the pants. That's something that I saw on the internet that said only do the inseam because if you mess up nobody will see it, and also you can just re-pleat it or bring it to like the tailor and have it repleated, but I just did it myself.
I'm gonna try, I've never done this before, but I'm going to try to make my own pleat thing.
Did a great job.
Thank you. That new pleat is good.
Everything is good.
What would you rate it?
Like 8 out of 10. What would you rate it?
Probably the same. I like from a distance they look great. You can't even
the
tell.
height is like perfect.
Is it?
Yeah, the height's
Oh, I'm
perfect.
so happy.
I feel like you could have even made them a little bit snugger at the bottom.
Yeah, I know. I could have.
And I feel like this little stitch here on the outside
Yeah, I
is a
don't know
little
what
weird.
that is. I like mess up the seam somehow. I don't know how I did that.
Other than that, it's perfect.
You got like a double seam.
Yeah. I don't think anyone would notice that though.
No, you can't. I only noticed it when I was doing it, not after.
I have less than a half hour to do my makeup, and yeah, so I'm just gonna quickly say I finished this, so we're done with this, and I have a new product that was sent to me to review. Always honest opinions, and it is the Chanel Hydro Beauty Serum. I wish you guys saw me unboxing it. I unboxed it last night because I was like, I didn't expect it to be like blue and bubbly. It's interesting. But I already have some thoughts on it because I used it last night, so I'm just gonna put it on now. It feels exactly like aloe vera gel. I honestly, I didn't read the ingredients, so I don't even know if it has that in there. It smells like the 90s, like Macy's in the 90s. I think it's just probably some Chanel scent. I'm not that familiar with like Chanel scent, but it's very potent. But yeah, it feels like aloe vera gel. It's sticky like aloe vera gel. Like think about like after a sunburn when you're like, my skin needs aloe vera gel. Like the 99-cent tube from like CVS. That's what it feels like. However, I wore this last night. I put it on before bed when I showered, and then this morning I just showered and I washed my face again, and I was like, wow, my face feels really smooth. So could it be this? Possibly, probably. I think it's the only thing I put on my face last night, so probably yes. I know I said I was gonna do like a monthly empty, so I think I'm not gonna give like a full review on this until I do a monthly empties video. Like, do I want to collect garbage though? Like, not really. Whatevs. All right, I don't have my usual products with me because everything is packed because I'm doing my niece's dance recital hair and makeup today. And so I don't have my usual stuff because it's all packed. So I'm just gonna like use random stuff. So I'm gonna use this. This is the Skin Hydrating. This is not my color. This is in mahogany. It is just a tint though. So let's see if we can put it on with a brush, what we can do with this. It's just a tint, tinted moisturizer. Okay, not my color. Put too much on. Gotta get that on the dome. Wow, it looks like I was on vacation. I actually don't have my concealer here. It's downstairs. I might have to grab that. Okay. I think it's okay. I need to look in an actual mirror. Let's do that. I have like a pimple over here. mean, it's not the worst. It's not the best either. It's fine. It's fine. I'm going to use this. This is not for this. This is a face shaping stick. Also not my color. I'm going to use this as like an eyeshadow right now because I don't have any eyeshadow up here. I don't know. I could have just grabbed it. Like, it's not like it's so far away that I can't get to it. Like the makeup, it's just right downstairs. I just don't want to run the risk of like forgetting to repack it. You know what I mean? Plus I like never use these products because they're not my color. So it's kind of cool to like be able to switch it up a little bit. Is it? I don't know, maybe not. This side is like a highlight. I'm gonna put this on like this part. Let's just pray for the best. I use my Huge, my Kathleen Lights. That's not packed. It looks like it's gonna be my dance recital with all this makeup on my face. And I'm gonna have to grab my concealer because I don't think I can go out without concealer. It's only been 9 minutes. It's like record breaking. I've been getting like really fast at this. I don't have a brush for my concealer, so I'm gonna have to use my fingers. It's downstairs. I could have just grabbed it and I totally forgot. It's okay. I'm not going to use that much. This is my setting powder and I'm going to use the shade Medium. Just gonna let's do some setting spray first. Maybe we'll finish this now. All right, I really tried. I tried, but there's still more in there. Still got some life left. Okay, I don't even have time for this to heat up. Was I not recording that whole time? Because the camera just shut off. Okay, I'm done. I feel like now's not the time, but my phone keeps shutting off because I have no more memory on it because I said that these vlogs take a lot of memory. So I'm gonna go downstairs and I'm gonna get dressed and then I'm gonna have my husband come up and we'll do our final reveal, and I don't wanna say anything else because I wanna make sure I have space on my phone for that. Okay, before my husband gets up here to do the final outfit reveal, I just wanted to say that I had talked about not buying from Shein and Romwe in this, but if you watched my thrift video, that's where I got this from. I don't know, because there's no Shein Romwe tag in it, but it feels Shein Romwe to me. But I picked it up anyway for $1 at the thrift shop, and yeah, I don't actually like buy from Shein and Romwe, and that's like the whole point. Anyway, babe? Yeah. Hey, you wanna come up? Yeah. All right, let's turn on the light and we'll do a reveal. You look so good.
Thanks, babe.
Are those shoes you're wearing?
I think so. I was gonna try them on.
You look so good. How do you feel?
Great.
All right, let's go do your hair.
Anyone else saying that their wife did their pants?
No.